like I keep saying, that involves the annexing of the world's food supply. And that's why you see these huge international corporations, Monsanto, ADM, these guys in the GMO, products and farming and stuff. And it's scary. Frankenfoods. It's, cold pasteurization, irradiating foods, chemical applications by the tons. It's been basically a bad road for her in terms of food. We are so far off the natural path of what food and health is supposed to be. It's going to be interesting to see how we can reel it back.
Wow. So obviously there's a lot of different things that you've raised there. Before I do move on, I just wanted to ask you quickly, can you just explain a little bit more about cold pasteurization? This is something you mentioned to me previously, but for our listeners who haven't heard of cold pasteurization, could you just talk about the bit about the history of that?
I first read about it 23 years ago. Harvey Diamond was writing about it in one of his Fit for Life books about basically bringing up the point, back in the 80s, you're probably too young to remember, but the big talk was what we're going to do with the nuclear waste. And he goes, you don't hear about it anymore because they decided they're going to feed it to us. Basically, I thought it was ridiculous. I thought there's no way that they're going to take this irradiation, this nuclear waste, and produce all these small irradiation plants all around the country and irradiate food and tell us that it's good for us, that's how it's going to preserve shelf life, prolong shelf life. And they're going to call it pico waves at the time. But there's no such thing as any scientific term as pico wave. And I had kind of drifted away from that. And then until several years later, I saw something about cold pasteurization. I'm thinking, what's cold pasteurization? I know what pasteurization is. It's heating. It's basically, but so you look it up, and sure enough, it's using radiation to pasteurized food. So there's a lot of foods being pasteurized right now. Again, the labeling, the power of these food companies is